Good morning, students.
Good morning, Miss Nansha.
Please sit down. Our topic for today is a overview about English sentence structure learning. The overview of this topic is this module is all about English sentence structure, where there are various types of sentences. Is there answer questions in English grammar? Why it is important to have sentence structure of the arrangement of words, which in the grammatical function or meaning of also in a structural organization. What is sentence structure? Sentence structure may ultimately be composed of many parts, but remember that the foundation of each sentence is the subject and the predicate. The subject is a word or group of words that functions as a noun, which are things, person, place, and others, which is being described. The predicate is at least a verb and possibly includes objects and modifiers of the verb that is describing by the subject. Turn your textbook on page 1. Basic elements of a sentence. Number 1 is independent clause. Word independent, it can stand alone as a sentence. It contains a subject and a verb and is a complete idea. Okay, class, who can give me one example of independent clause? Yes?
I like spaghetti. The subject there is I and the verb is like and the object is spaghetti.
Okay, thank you. And give me another example of independent clause. Yes?
He reads many books. He is the subject, reads is the verb, and the object is many books.
Okay, thank you. Second is dependent clause. A dependent clause is not a complete sentence. It must be attached to an independent clause to become complete. This is also known as subordinate clause. For examples, although I like spaghetti, blah blah blah. Because, second example, because he reads many books, blah blah blah. Third is the subject, which is a person, animal, place, thing, or concept that being described as an action. That determine the subject in a sentence by asking the question, who or what. Examples. First is, I like spaghetti. I is a subject. He reads many books. He is a subject. The fourth basic element of a sentence is verb. It expresses what the person, animal, place, thing, or concept does. That determining the verb in a sentence by asking the question, what was the action or what happened? Who can give me one example of a verb? Yes? Write it on the board. Yes, correct. Who else? Yes. Yes, correct. The fifth basic element of a sentence is object. A person, animal, place, thing, or concept that receives the action. Determining the object in a sentence by asking the question, the subject did what, or to whom, for whom. Example, I like spaghetti for dinner. Spaghetti is an object. For dinner is a prepositional phrase. Second is he reads mini books in the library. The object is mini box, and the prepositional phrase is in the library. The sixth basic element of a sentence is prepositional phrase. A phrase that begins with a preposition and modifies a word in the sentence. A prepositional phrase answers one of many questions. Here are a few examples. Where, when, in what way. Okay class, next we tackle about types of English sentence structure. First is a simple sentence. What is simple sentence?
Ma,
Yes, in the middle.
we know that a sentence is a group of words that forms a complete thought. A simple sentence is a sentence that has a single subject and a single predicate. The subject can be either a simple subject, which has only a one noun, or a compound subject, or the two or more nouns connected by a conjunction.
Yes, correct. Furthermore, it contains a subject and a verb, and it may also have an object and modifiers. However, it contains only one independent clause. Here is my example. She wrote. She is a subject. And wrote is a verb. sentence is a sentence that has at least two independent clauses joined by a comma, semicolon, or conjunction. An independent clause is a clause that has a subject and verb to form a complete thought. For examples, she completed her literature review, and she created her reference list. She completed her literature review is independent clause. And then comma, and the conjunction is an. And she created her reference list is a independent clause also. The second example is he organized his sources by theme. Then he updated his reference list. And he organized his sources by theme is an independent clause. And semicolon. Then the other independent clause is then he updated his reference list. The next type of English structure sentence is complex sentence. A complex sentence contains at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Dependent clauses can refer to the subject, who, and which, the sequence or time, since, while, or the causal elements of the independent clause. Example, read.
Although she completed her literature review, she still needed to work in here.
What is the independent clause?
Although she completed her literature review,
And the independent clause,
she still needed to work on here.
And fourth type of English structure sentence is a compound complex sentence. This sentence group is a type can also be combined. A compound complex sentence contains at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. Example, she completed her literature review, but she still needs to work on her middle section. The independent clause is she completed her literature review, and other independent clause is that she still needs to work on her middle section. The comma is the connection of the two independent clauses. Reminder: using some complex sentences in writing allows for more sentence variety. Second reminder is pay close attention to comma usage in complex compound sentences so that the reader is easily able to follow the intended meaning. Okay class, I give you a short quiz to test your understanding in my discussion. To identify if it is simple, compound, complex, and compound complex sentence. Number 1. The course starts next Sunday. Number 2. They spoke to him in French, but he responded. Number 3. I went home because it was getting late, but I had to wait on the porch until my mom got home anyway. Number 3. 5 brother. I love my new pets. Number 6. While Tom reads novels, Jack reads comics, but Sam only reads magazines. It is simple, compound, complex and or compound complex sentence. Number 7, when does the train usually leave? It is simple, compound, complex, or compound complex sentence. Number 8, when Uncle Samuel comes to town, we'll have a good time. It is simple, compound, complex, or compound complex. Number 9, although my friends beg me, I choose not to go to the reunion. It is complex, simple, compound, compound complex. Then Dr. Mark said I could come to his office on Friday or Saturday. Okay, pass your answers and class dismissed.